Hello and welcome back to the Alternative Hive Podcast. This is a different pod than what I've been doing lately. As you can see, I'm all by myself. I got the kitty cats here with me. But I just wanted to do a kind of a year-end cap off of the first little bit of Alternative Hive Podcast. Maybe talk about what I would like to do future with this. So first off, I just want to thank every single one of you. 87% of you are not actually subscribed. So if you could please hit that subscribe button and just help me out a little bit. But either way, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the follows. I appreciate all the kind messages I've received. This is way outside of my comfort zone. I started this because of where my life had been, how I was able to pivot, and then I got hurt this past summer, and I was pulled off of cycling, which was like my man, it really helps take care of my mental health. Cycling takes me where my legs cannot take me. If you don't know, I was in a car accident where I lost majority of the mobility. I get around, but it's very difficult. Regardless, cycling was taken. So last summer when this happened, I knew that I had to get a project going so I didn't fall off into the abyss. And the abyss, whether it been, booze, drugs, or whatever it may have been for me, I decided to start this project. This project was kind of a seed that I wanted to plant, obviously nourish it with great guests, and the hope is that it blossoms. And when it does, and I can monetize this, I have dreams. I want to take a percentage of the income that comes in from my Alternative Hive podcast, and I would like to do a yearly or whatever that may look like, but I would like to donate a percentage to 2 charities. I'm going to choose those at some point. I kind of have an idea, but if anybody's got some really cool charities that they're a part of and they want to run it past, send it to me, and what they're doing, how they're doing, that would be appreciated. But cap off. Look, I started this in July because of 2 wounds, and I'd been talking so long about doing a podcast that I looked down at my tattoo and it simply says, if not now, then when? And I have this there for a very specific reason, so I do not go too long without wondering, when should I take that plunge? So this July, I took that plunge. I think we're about 30 episodes deep, and I'm excited. This is more of a college degree for me. Like the things that I'm learning, I didn't go to school. I wasn't very well in high school. I learned a much different way, and this way, having conversations, whether it be a day trader, a fitness instructor, a insurance, financial planner, I have had some really amazing guests. Like, okay, this is the way I feel. Everybody that's been here for me is amazing. I feel very undeserving. I still have a hard time when I'm sitting in the company of the people that have allowed me in their lives, and are part of projects that I'm on, and it just from addict to, you know, person who's really trying to make a change. I haven't done the change yet. I'm working towards things. I got big dreams. I spent so long as a um, I don't want to say a heathen, but as a dipshit, as a monk, I just I wasn't doing great things. It was when you make that change from shitty intention to good intention, and your people are really invested with you on this, and you can still like see that. I don't see that lifestyle. It's been gone for many years, but when you just it's a funny thing. I constantly I have a few people that are like, yo man, like stop with the self-deprecation, stop with I still can't believe it. Like it's not the lifestyle that I ever dreamed of. It's more than I ever imagined. I'm so incredibly lucky that I came out of a car accident, a drug and alcohol and pill addiction, and then all the health problems that came from a severe spinal cord injury. I've went septic a couple times. I've had terrible other infections. I've it, it's been something. And this past year, this past month, I did a podcast. It'll get released in the new year, and I met this young man. His name is David, and he helped me to understand something, that all this self-deprecation, all this I don't want to say I feel sorry for myself. Perhaps that is the word, but I've really struggled. I've really moped, and I've really sat there, and I've probably brought my friends and family down. But meeting this young man and knowing the how terrible his health was once he told me everything, how many days a year he spends in the hospital. And do you think this guy has a negative thing? Like I felt humbled when I met this man. I felt like it wasn't get over your shit. You gotta be able to be all right with it, and I am. It's a lot, and it is a lot to go through. It's difficult, but there's always something more. And David is my something more. David is actually the driving force for the project of 2025. Um, we are going to cycle for sickle cell in partnership with Prince Hall and family. And that is with the Sick Kids Hospital out of Toronto. It is going to be, and it's going to, it's a project that I really feel so purpose driven for. I'm so lucky to have this, to be able to work. David is the driving force. David has sickle cell LS, and David is going to explain in the podcast more about sickle cell, and he does such a great job. And so in 2025, I'm going to be looking for some more support from everybody. I'm going to be looking for some people to help me to get this out there more, to help me broaden my lengths so we can really dig deep and really try to sickle cell isn't a registered. It is not government funded. There is a whole bunch of numbers that will just blow your mind, and I'm not going to try and throw those numbers out right now because I will just butcher everything. And I have a future podcast that I am going to have, and I'll be able to deliver exactly how the numbers break down. However, I really am going to look for everybody to help me broaden the links. I need subscriptions. I need people to like, comment. If you can share these podcasts for me, with me, help me. In the end, like I said, I just want to do better in this world. I want to be, uh, if you're going through that dark hole and that is addictions or trauma, and you stumble across this Alternative Hives podcast. Alternative Hives was really started many years ago with the guy that actually helped me get out of my wheelchair. We are partnered on Alternative Hives, and Alternative Hives really is just finding that alternative high, rather than finding it through a substance, an opioid, a bottle of vodka. We find it through certain other things. For me, it's fitness, and I love my cycling. That's my thing. That's my alternative high. That's what is my passion. And I'm also finding speaking is turning into a passion. I am loving this podcast. I'm thinking about making a better effort to speak publicly and helping different organizations, speaking about my journey specifically, obviously. So there's some stuff that I have that I really would like to do in 2025. This is all doable stuff. These are goals and dreams, and the reality will be how next September turns out. So next September, that project will take place. I will speak more about it at a later date. I kind of just really wanted to leave 2024 with people knowing that was going to be a big part of 2025. I really appreciate everybody. I am looking so forward to 2025. I really appreciate you. It's meaningful, and I will continue to be consistent. I will continue to bring great people on, and I will continue to be determined, dedicated, and disciplined, because that is, in the end, what has got me to here, to being able to interview these really great people, and it's a really good thing to live by. So with all that being said, take care, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and may your 2025 be full of magic, greatness, and happiness. Peace and love from this guy.